Hello everyone, welcome to the Scientific Yogini. I am Priyanka Tiwari, and in this video we are going to talk about a topic that doesn't get a whole lot of attention but should, because it can literally either make or break our health and by extension our life. I'm talking about endocrine disruptors. So what exactly are endocrine disruptors? To understand the concept of endocrine disruptors, we must first gather some basic understanding about the endocrine system. In a nutshell, the endocrine system is a network of glands that produces all the hormones used by the body. In addition to well-known sex hormones like testosterone and estrogen, it also secretes important hormones like insulin, adrenaline, and many more. Now, a large number of chemicals, both naturally occurring and man-made, have the potential to either mimic or interfere with the body's hormones, aka the endocrine system. These chemicals are known as endocrine disrupting chemicals or endocrine disruptors. This brings us to the question, what exactly do endocrine disruptors do to our bodies? Well, endocrine disruptors can affect the body in three main ways. Number one, they may block the pathway between a natural hormone and a receptor. Number two, they may act directly on a gland, causing it to make too much or too little of a hormone. And number three, they may mimic a hormone, causing the body to overreact or to react at the wrong time. Did you know that endocrine disruptors are potentially unsafe even in very low doses? Since the body is very sensitive to changes in hormone levels, its optimal endocrine functioning involves the minutest of changes in hormone levels. This is the reason why even very low-grade exposure to endocrine disrupting chemicals can adversely impact the body's super-sensitive systems and become manifest in the form of severe health problems such as attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD. ADHD begins in childhood and can continue into adolescence. It is characterized by problems in paying attention or staying focused in addition to displaying controlling behavior. Some research suggests that regular exposure to some phthalates can be associated with ADHD-linked behavior patterns in adolescents. Certain studies show that grandchildren of women who took DES, which is short for diethylstilbestrol, a synthetic form of female hormone estrogen during pregnancy, may have an increased risk of developing ADHD. Early onset of puberty is also linked to endocrine disruptors. Lavender and tea tree oils possess estrogenic properties and may have anti-androgenic or testosterone inhibiting propensities. Consequently, long-term exposure to products containing these oils can lead to premature breast development in girls and abnormal enlargement of breasts in boys. Reproductive harm. Diethylstilbestrol or DES is known to cause epigenetic changes in animal studies. DES altered the way genes turned on and off in the reproductive organs of mice, thereby shedding some light on the hazardous impact of endocrine disruptors on fertility and reproduction. Another unwanted effect of exposure to endocrine disruptors is diminished immune function. It has been observed that children having a high exposure to PFAS have a considerably lower immune response to vaccines than those whose exposure is limited. Endocrine disruptors can also lead to metabolic problems. For instance, arsenic exposure over time can wreak havoc in the metabolic system and increase the risk of diabetes and other metabolic disorders. Now, the million-dollar question, how do we go about eliminating these chemicals from our life? Unfortunately, we can't. Endocrine disrupting chemicals are ubiquitous. From food and beverages to furniture and cosmetics, they have penetrated every aspect of modern human life. But there's a silver lining. Even though completely eliminating all contact with endocrine disruptors is not possible, we can take conscious measures to reduce our contact with them to a minimum, such as going organic. Prefer purchasing organically grown produce to its conventionally grown counterparts. If you're not able to buy organic foods for any reason, wash your produce thoroughly and peel it whenever possible. Cutting down on processed foods. Choose foods in their natural form. Prefer fresh produce and minimally processed whole foods to heavily processed packaged products. Choosing fragrance-free products. Most fragrances contain harmful chemicals. What's worse is that manufacturers are not mandated to disclose the chemicals they use to make fragrances. Going fragrance-free is an easy way to bypass avoidable chemical contact. Frequent hand washing. Washing your hands at regular intervals helps eliminate any chemicals you may have been in contact with. Opt for a plain fragrance-free soap that does not tout any antibacterial properties. All you need to do is rub your hands briskly after applying soap and wash them with ample water. Giving plastics a miss. Store foods in glass or stainless steel containers instead of plastic. Practicing cleanliness. Reduce your exposure to chemical particles in your homes by frequently vacuuming, using a vacuum cleaner with a HEPA filter, and using a damp cloth to wipe away dust. And opting for natural cleaners. As far as possible, choose natural cleaners such as lemon, vinegar and baking soda instead of buying chemical household cleaners. If natural solutions don't work for you and you need something stronger, do your research and choose a product that transparently lists down its ingredients and contains the least amount of harmful chemicals. Please remember, staying healthy takes conscious effort. Being well informed about the things you use is a choice. I urge you to make the effort and choose wisely, because you and you alone are responsible for your health. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you were able to learn something new today. Until the next time, take care and stay inspired.